What's going on, guys? Platinum Jangus here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I thought we would mix things up a little bit, just taking a brief break from the trophy list review series, having a look at my month of May as a whole, at the games I've been playing, the trophies I've been earning. And just remember, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get on with the video. Welcome back, everyone, and just before I get on with the video, full disclaimer, I have actually already recorded episode 3 of the trophy list review series. The reason you won't be seeing that first is the video, it's actually a bit bigger than the others, close to an hour long, and I'm not sure if it's just due to the file size or what have you, but I am having some trouble clipping it all together, getting it downloaded. I'm also going away for a few days today, and I was a little concerned that if I couldn't get it done in time, that there wouldn't be any videos for what would then be 10 days or so since the last one. So although I was going to look at this as a kind of an offshoot, a mini series anyway, looking at my month in review on the first of every month, because I'm not going to be playing any games anyway for a few days, I thought we would maybe look at the month of May now, just so you guys have got something to watch, something to go over the next few days, and then I should be back around Tuesday, hopefully getting that video out, and then I can start working on some of the ideas I've got as well. So normally what I'd like to do with this as well is I'd normally have the month previous to kind of compare, but because we've not really done a video on this, and I know we did look at my trophy collection briefly on my first video, it wasn't a full month ago, so I can't really tell where I was at the start of May. So we'll just have a look at this as a whole, and then when we look at June, for example, I can maybe put them side by side and we can see how I've improved, you know, how many platinums I've earned, that kind of stuff. So we'll have a brief look at the stats. We'll have a look at the games that I've played, you know, over the past few weeks since the 1st of May, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we're currently sat at trophy level 663. We currently own 15,781 trophies overall. That's 397 platinums, 2,754 gold, 3,485 silver, and we're on 9,145 bronze. So as we stand, we've now played 478 games, 380 of those being completed, still sat at 94.23%, and we've got unearned trophies now 1,028. Trophies per day 5.73, and we've got a world rank 3,986 and 443rd in the UK. So that, I mean, these have moved around a little bit over the past couple of weeks since I've done this initial video around, you know, my profile, should we say. I'd started Lego, I'd started Stranger of Paradise, I've done most of Lego now. I've got the platinum for Stranger of Paradise, but now I've started like Elden Ring, and I've started Team Sonic Racing as well, which we'll have a look at. So those unearned trophies have jumped up a little. But if we kind of bring it down a little, I'll go as far back as to where I started to earn the trophies for May, which seems to be around here. I'd finished the month of April. Shame we can't tie into this video and talk about it a bit more, because Cuphead was unbelievable. But we'll start with the first one, which is quite an embarrassing one, but it kind of is what it is. You know, you've got to play these games, as I've previously said, in order to maintain that ranking. You know, and I wish I wasn't obsessed with it, but it's just one of those things. So yeah, rock, paper, scissors, breakthrough game and arcade, very simple. It is exactly what you would expect, and as you can see from the time, 2 minutes 53 seconds, very, very quick. Ammo Pigs, cocked and loaded, 12 minutes 17 seconds to do, not a long one. It was actually pretty fun. The game is longer than that if you wanted to play longer, but again, because I'm a bit sweaty like that, I've done it for the platinum and uninstalled it. Similar with Ultra Mission, this one was a little bit more awkward though. It is classed as an easy game, and it certainly is easy. I mean, you can see it's an 88.66% rarity, so it kind of speaks volumes, and it only took me just over 40 minutes. But there's one of the trophies is for getting, I think it's like 100,000 score, something like that, and the game moves at an incredibly high speed. You just cannot avoid the enemies. You also die if you bump into the walls as well, and I just couldn't get my head around it. And I looked in some of the comment sections on some of the YouTube videos, and people were talking about reducing the hertz in your settings. I'd done that, and it felt like I'd gone from playing the game on fast forward to it being normal and a lot more manageable. So yeah, kind of polished it all off from there, but it was quite tricky before that. So if you guys are planning on playing it, just bear that in mind. Human fall flat, I've done that a long time ago. This is a few years ago, but I keep having to jump back in every time they release a DLC. So they've just let the Lumber DLC out, so I've jumped on that. It was very easy just to get the 100% back. Battlefield 5, a bit of a slow burn. I've only got like 3 trophies left, and then obviously put the platinum, and it is really just getting a certain score with all the classes. It's easy enough, it's just going to take some time, so I'm kind of just jumping in, having a few games and jumping out, because I'm not enjoying it too much, if I'm being perfectly honest. Aliens Fireteam is another one which is a bit of a slow burn. Me and a friend are playing this, just kind of leveling up all the weapon kits at the moment and the weapons themselves, but it is very difficult. We're kind of going through the difficulties as we're doing this as well. I think it's a third one, it might be intense, because there's casual, and then I think it's standard, and then intense. Then maybe, why don't we have a look? Let's have a look instead of me just guessing, because I'd like you guys to see this as well. Right, so if we bring this down a little, you guys will be able to see what I need. Yeah, that's right. So it is intense, and then it goes to extreme, and then insane, and even on intense, I know we're using some weaker classes to level them up, but even at that particular difficulty, it does seem quite tricky. So it's just the difficulty stuff. Leveling the kits to rank 8, which will come in time. I've already done 3 of them, as you can see. It's 60% out of 100. 30 weapons to 4 stars. We're nearly halfway through that. Eliminating 2,000 elite enemies, and then it's just a few collectible stuff which you get from the hidden caches, or you can buy them in the shop. That'll come soon enough. That's the hats, the colorways. 50 missions without anyone being downed. We're slowly working on that. That's very easy. Again, you can just play the games on a casual, for example, and you'll get that soon enough. It's going to be a tough one. I'm not sure if I'll get it unless I do get a really, really strong group together. At the moment, it is just mainly me and a pal and the AI, which is just not going to work on these high difficulties, but we'll see. So then we've got a little group of easy titles. So yeah, call me what you will. I honestly don't mind. I think this was the day before I went back and done my group of shifts at work where I don't get to game for quite a few days. So I always like to box off a few, and just so that my leaderboard ranking isn't affected too much. Yeah, the Jumping Burger, I mean, you just have a look at the times that I've done these in 5 minutes. Welcome to the world of ZJ the Ball. You're just kind of clicking through screens, reading text. You don't even have to do anything, and that actually is now my fastest platinum ever. Steam Engine, which took half an hour, it was oddly satisfying. You are just building a steam engine, watching your funds go up, and as your funds get high, you buy extra parts of the engine which increase the money earned over time, and you're just slowly building it up until eventually everything's fully functional, and you get that lovely platinum. That was actually quite enjoyable to sit back and watching all the numbers and things pop up on screen. The Jumping Taco, which is just the same as the Jumping Burger, and we've also got the Jumping Pizza, which was meant to come out yesterday. I forgot to check the store, so I'll be all over that one. And then we've got My Name is Mayo 3, which I have talked about on other videos. Very easy again, just a little bit different. You've got the usual clicking of the jar of mayonnaise, and then it goes into the second part of the game where you sort of bouncing through the woods for 10 miles, and you get a trophy for every mile that you've walked. It's a little bit tedious, but easy platinum and boxes off the best trilogy ever. So this brings us to Stranger of Paradise, which I've been recently playing. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I played the entire thing, from start to finish with 2 buddies. We all enjoyed it. It was just a lot shorter than I expected, and I'm just guessing at this point, but a lot of guides I read, it was kind of 40 to 50 hours or 30 to 60 hours, whatever it may be. So I expected a little bit more from it, and maybe it's a bit more of a challenge. But one of the trophies, now I don't know if it's if it's glitched, if the trophy description is incorrect or what, but I will show you and I'll explain, and then if you guys are planning on playing this, maybe get straight onto it before it's patched if it is a mistake. So here, Origin of True Chaos. So me and my mates, we were having a look at the list as we were jumping in, and we seen this one and thought this is going to be the biggest challenge. Having played Nioh, I know what Team Ninja are like for difficulty, and we expected a bit of a challenge, but you can actually just complete one mission. There is also a side mission where you don't even have to fight any enemies. It's just a case of locating a trident, which is in one of, let's say, 6 or 7 chests in this small level. So you just run around, open the chests, and it'll spawn in one of them, and that completes the mission and gives you the trophy. You don't even need to, to play the entire game. So that I think we did it in 27 hours overall. So that massively cut that time down. So again, I don't know if it's just a mistake in the description or if the trophy is a little bit glitched, but I certainly recommend that you get straight on that if you're planning on playing it, as I say. Yeah, then we come up to one of my favourite series ever, Gran Turismo 7. Absolutely loved it. It was an unbelievable experience. I've been playing Gran Turismo for 25 years since the first one came out. I probably would have platinumed it a little bit quicker than this, I would say, but for you guys who've played it, you'll know what I'm about to say. It was just simply waiting for these cars to come in the legendary dealership. So I had the credits waiting. It was just a case of waiting for these cars to come up on sale. I think I waited over a month, a few weeks at least. But they finally released the Jaguar that I was missing out on a few days back, on 24th of May. So it was nice to finally see that. A bit of a shame with the rarity. I knew it was going to jump up, but I can see it's already on 5.92%. When I achieved it, it was 0.52. I know it wasn't going to stay like that because you could see on a page that I'm on Facebook, people were posting it constantly. So I had a feeling it was going to jump up, but the way it's going, it's going to jump up even higher and end up not even being a very rare, which is between that 5 and 10%. So we've done the Bat D. Yeah, shame on me. I've done them all. The Cow G, the Pig D, whatever they're called, the Chixie. I just do them for the for the platinum. To me, it's satisfying watching them all popping in the corner. Just gets my rank up a little bit, and yeah, just each to their own, I suppose. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've gone back to this. I had platinumed it some time ago. I went back to it when they released the Wrath of the Druids and also the Siege of Paris. Done those. Yeah, and Ubisoft go and drop out another DLC, and this time it's not even included in the season pass, which I understand. It's not part of season 1. It's also a lot more fleshed out than the other content. It's just a bit of a shame, I suppose, because I've paid maybe 50 odd quid for the game. I paid 20 odd pounds for the season pass when that came out. It was at a slight reduced cost, and then I've had to pay for Dawn of Ragnarok as well. But really enjoying it. It'd just be nice to try and get that 100% back. Then we've got Elden Ring. So something I've been wanting to play since release, but me and a friend who were playing these kind of games, I've mentioned this in the other videos as well. I can't remember what we were playing at the time, but we've gone through like Bloodborne, Nioh, The Surge, Mortal Shell. So because we were in the middle of that little run, we held off a little bit on this, but I'm so glad to get in. Very frustrating at first. I'd like to think I've got fairly skilled with these games now, but because it's so open and there's just so much to do, I was just getting myself turned around and going in places I probably shouldn't be yet. I was just getting my head kicked in a little bit, and it was becoming a little frustrating. I found my way to Margit, which is the first main boss of the story, and yeah, I was just getting nowhere near. I did end up beating it by inviting my 2 mates in who were at the same level. These aren't people who've completed the game, so we're all in the same boat, and we managed to finally take him down. And then what I have done, ideally I wanted to stay away from guides if I could help it, but I followed a little video that my mate sent me, which is around not necessarily becoming OP, but getting a little bit ahead of the game, if you will, for the Limgrave area. So it's just going through a few points, picking up some runes, some weapons, ways of upgrading your flask and increasing the flask capacity. It's just helped me out a lot. I'm having so much more fun, and I've now been able to go around Limgrave defeating all of the kind of mini or optional bosses that are there as well. So yeah, really looking forward to going back in. It's just a case of waiting for the other guys so we can all play together, because we don't want to be at different points. But yeah, loving it so far. I can see why a lot of people are saying it'll be their game of the year. There's still a lot to go, and whether or not I can beat Horizon for me, we'll have to see. So yeah, we've got Lego Star Wars. I was still playing this when I done my first video. Just such a grind, as you guys all know. Done the story quite quickly, but then after that it is just a collectathon, as most Lego games are, but this is just collectibles. You know, they're crazy. There's so many to get through. I think it's like 1200 Kyber bricks and all the side missions and things like that. There's so much to do, but because it's Star Wars and I love the franchise so much, I honestly don't mind. Sometimes when you don't want anything too stressful like Elden Ring or anything too taxing, you can just kind of sit back and just take it easy. I've got back into Anthem, so I was only a couple of trophies off, and my wife has started playing it again. She had played it before on an older profile, which she unfortunately lost. And we love the game, so she wanted to play it again. I know a lot of people don't like this, and I'm in the minority every time I say it, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I've never had any bugs, any problems. I love the gameplay. I do think it has that sort of gameplay mechanics I can't get from anything else, and I do think it's super fun, super satisfying. And yeah, I'm now only kind of 2 trophies off, which we'll jump into this one and have a look. So I know I haven't clicked into too many into too many trophy lists. So it is the Bastion challenges, which is usually the last one for most people. And then simply, when we get to it, just doing the Interceptor Gear challenges. I've used all the other javelins, so it's just a case of using that, and then I'll work on all the Bastion challenges, which look pretty easy, just a bit of a grind again. And yesterday I started Team Sonic Racing, so I always like to, it doesn't look like it here, but I always like to have 3 games. I know there's a bit more than that, but I like to have 3 games on the go of different genres. I usually have a car game to go to, and because Gran Turismo's finished, I've put Team Sonic Racing in for a bit more fun. Although it does look like it could be quite tricky. It's a 4.19%. It's not going to be straightforward. So I thought I'll put this in until the new Formula 1 game comes out at the end of June. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying it so far. There is another game I'm currently playing, but I haven't had a trophy on it at the minute, just because of, again, how grindy it is, which we'll go down to, is Final Fantasy X. So the last one was in April, but I am actually playing that at the moment. I played this a couple of years ago, finished the story. The reason I didn't do the platinum is it wasn't so many years ago. Me and a friend had pulled out the PS2, and we had a 210-hour save file of Final Fantasy X, a save file that would have had everything to pop the platinum easily. And then they brought this game out with trophy support, and I was like, I need to do it again. So I've got that platinum to show for our efforts, kind of thing. But because I'd just played it for 210 hours, I was majorly burnt out from the game, so I just did the story. I stopped it, but now I do want to go back in. So I'll go back to it actually. There's only a couple of trophies left on it. There's nothing too major. It is just very, very long. It's mainly the sphere grid stuff and penance and nemesis as well. So yeah, complete the sphere grid for 1 character, complete the sphere grid for all characters, defeat penance, defeat nemesis. So it's not too bad. I mean, I'm working on the nemesis one now, which is requiring 10 of every monster in the game. I've literally done all the areas. I've got, I think it's the Omega Dungeon and Inside Sin left to do. Then once we do that, we'll spawn nemesis. We'll just add Marto in because I've done it before. Yeah, we'll get Yojimbo out. Just get it done. And then do the same with the Dark Aeons and Penance, just to get them done. And then there is a trick you can do for levels with like triple AP weapons and with Don Tomberry. and you can get like 99 sphere levels in one go, that kind of thing, and we'll just clear up the sphere grid. It shouldn't take too long to do, so hopefully when I'm doing this in June, depending on how much time I put in, we're maybe looking at Final Fantasy X having the platinum. And as I say, when we do it next time, I'll have these numbers to refer to and compare them with where we are then. So we'll still do more trophy list reviews, but every now and again we'll do something a bit different, and then monthly we'll sort of throw one of these in as well. But I've enjoyed just having a little look. At least it gets a video out as well, because as I say, I've had some problems. I feel like I'm always apologising for something, but it's just getting my head around all this whole IT nonsense. I mean, I haven't used a computer for probably 20 years, and that was just to play Football Manager on. So my skills have massively gone since I've got into console gaming. So just getting my head around it all, which I will do. You know, I've got to start somewhere and obviously improve. But yeah, I've enjoyed going back through it. So hopefully next month is a little better. I'll get back off my break in a few days, and then we'll, you know, hopefully get that video put together as well as some, you know, some other things as well. But no, appreciate your time. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.